Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the Sedona International Film Festival 2022. I'm Tonya June Moore. I'm here with another filmmaker, our second interview in this awesome studio this year. We're very proud of our studio this year over here at the Yavapai College. Come take a visit. And who do we have in the seat with us today, and what's your film?
Let's see if I can remember. Oh, yes, it's the 12th hour. I've got it.
And you are?
Well, most of the time I'm Jim Swift, sometimes James Swift, sometimes words that I can't say over the
air. We can say them on this air, no problem.
Okay.
And you did bring a trailer with you, correct?
Yes. Brought it in the correct format, and I think it's ready to go.
I think we are ready to go, and we want to catch everybody up on what this film is really about. Thank you for making it.
Of course.
What is it about the way we have evolved to think and act that is shaping this world that we have so recently created? Mankind faces a challenge unlike any other in its history. And it's a problem that evolution did not equip us to solve. We are living in a momentous time, facing our most important test ever. Is it even reasonable to believe that we who created the problem in the first place might also be able to stop it? And if so, allow future generations to avoid a desperate and deadly world left to them by us?
First of all, if the subject matter wasn't so serious, it's so beautifully done. It's so well put together, and it's a beautiful film to actually just watch cinematographically.
That was very much the intention, and also the music. Ralph Vaughan Williams' music throughout, a classical British composer. I love his compositions, and so the music is beautiful, and all the imagery, and it's a very, very dark subject, of course. The end of our human
society.
Well, society, and just our ravaging, and really could be the end of our line, as you hear many times in the documentary. And yeah, that's pretty depressing to think that.
Yes, and I love the juxtaposition of this beautiful and the music, and here's what's coming,
yes,
and the reality of where we are heading. What do you think the answer is?
I don't know the answer. I don't think anybody knows the answer, and I think that unfortunately, based upon history and upon what's happening now, because of course climate change as a severe threat to our existence and all of the sentient species inhabiting this planet now, we've been on notice for quite some time. Back in the 70s, Time magazine devoted an issue, cover story and everything, to
what's happening,
really concerned about climate change. Did it again later. We've been hearing about it. I think most people are very, very aware of it. Obviously, some people are still strongly denying it. A smaller percentage, it seems to be going down. But are we really doing anything that's effective? Is the CO2 being reduced? Is our population being reduced? Are we really making the changes and the shifts that we need to? Unfortunately, no, it's not happening.
What kind of massive change do you think, after making this film, has to happen to change this?
Well, I think, unfortunately, quite unfortunately, there needs to be a collapse. And I think that's inevitable. That the ravages to us of our infrastructure and to our ability to continue our lifestyle are going to be so severe and so expensive that we're going to be consumed by survival in the future, and then we will be absolutely forced to adapt and make changes, because we will realize at that point in a very, very severe fashion that this is serious and this is killing us. And we've been, of course, able to put it off, and we continue to put it off, but eventually it will become absolutely clear. And then, unfortunately, it's not fixable because the timeline for the CO2 being held in the atmosphere is approximately 100 years before it starts to degrade and decline. But yeah, it's going to be bad, just like we talked about with you and your...
I mean, I have an attitude about it because
well,
it's frustrating to watch people pretend like it's not a real thing and not take any steps at all.
Yeah. Well, humans are stubborn. We love our lifestyle. We love the world that we have right now. We don't want to
Change
disrupt that, let it go. And so until something or somebody or some entity forces us...
Right. And if we could just be stubborn on the other side of this.
Well, I know, but that's wishful, hopeful thinking. And
why was this important for you?
Well, I don't know. I just know that it was a message that I really felt compelled to develop. It came out of an interest in looking at the general, particularly in Western society, our denial of death, our denial of endings, our denial of dissolution. And then it moved into something much larger, which was happening all around us at the time, which is climate change. And that's the imminent death or dying of our, of course, social order and the current environment with the species that exist now. And so that's the big death, and there's just as much denial around that. And so and all the other climate change books and documentaries, they were written with typically everything that made sense to use to correct the situation, post or pre, that likely wasn't really going to be done, and lots of hope, and let's get together and wake up. And I just felt compelled to tell what I thought was the truth, that based upon our evolutionary history, based upon the way our brain is designed, it's not for this environment here, it's for 20,000 or 200,000 years ago.
Yes.
Living in a much different world. And we're just not suited to deal with something as complex and difficult and far-reaching and invisible as climate change.
Right.
It's
not real.
It's this monster that kind of moves in and does bad things and then goes away, and then the sky's clear and suddenly it's a beautiful day and the rest of it, and we forget. it's an amazingly difficult problem, and I don't think we're going to be able to solve it. It's going to solve us.
So where can people support this film? What website? How can they follow you? Where are you going after this? Those kinds of questions.
Well, the website is 12thhourfilm.com, and we're in film festivals, in quite a few, and we hope to be on some of the networks and television, and we are going to be selling Blu-rays and DVDs soon, and it's kind of a slow rollout. You know, we're not a big studio.
I understand. That's why you're here. This is why you're part of the Sedona International Film Festival.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here with us. And please check out and follow their film, 12thhourfilm.com. And it's incredibly beautiful, and it's also heartbreaking. It's just heart-wrenching to watch. But you can also find the beauty in the message and how we can do better, hopefully. So stay tuned. We'll have another filmmaker in the seat very shortly. Please hashtag Sedona International Film Festival 2020 and Sedona International Film Festival. We'd love you to be sharing our content, spreading the words about films like this. That's what this festival's all about, and we'll see you very shortly.